Evening, welcome to What's New. Tonight we're going to talk about art. So we have a guest, and it's Carolyn Bach, and she's president of the Art Guild. So we have plein air competition coming up, so that's what she's going to talk about.
Well, thank you, Iris. Yeah.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Actually, Iris and I have worked on plein air together for probably, well, it's the 20th year. It's the 20th year for plein air in St. Genevieve. It's an event that's been a real booster for the town and for art.
And fun.
And fun, yeah. And I think you were around in the very first plein air, if I remember right.
Right.
And, that.
Yeah, I think there were like 5 of us that
Okay.
were looking for ideas for autumn days, it was called back then.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, we stuck it in there. Yeah.
You did. You did. But it's appropriate that we do plein air here in St. Gen because we, as the Art Guild in particular, artists in general, like to kind of hang their hat off the fact that we had an art colony back here in the 1930s. It was kind of a significant art movement. And one of the things they did was plein air painting. And for people that are not familiar with the name plein air, it's French, and it means out in the open air. And so you're painting outside. You're not allowed to go inside.
Right.
You have to paint outside and it's a challenge because the light changes as you go. You can start a painting in the morning, and by afternoon, whatever you're looking at looks different because the sun's coming from a different direction. And so you have to be ready for that. You have to be able to change. I think I read somewhere where Monet, he was in France, was one of the outdoor painters. And what he would do is he'd set his watch and he'd paint from 11 o'clock to 12 o'clock and then he'd stop. And he'd come back the next day with the same canvas and paint 11 o'clock to 12 o'clock so he had the same light.
But and if it rained, it was too bad.
Yeah, exactly. Come back the next day. But with us, it's a competition, and so it only goes a few days, and so you don't have the option of really coming back the same day.
Right.
You don't know what you're going to find, and so people get good at this, and they start painting really fast. And
right.
That's the way to get it done. And I'm kind of a slowpoke myself, so
I'm not fast either.
Get everything done the way I like it sometimes, but it's a challenge. It's a challenge because you're there out in the elements. I read where another plein air painter that everybody knows the name of is Van Gogh, and Van Gogh ended up painting a grasshopper into one of his paintings. They found the remnants of the grasshopper when they were studying his art. And so that's the other thing, you have...
Gather little bugs.
Yeah, you get all kinds of little events going on, and then, heaven help you if it's a really windy day, things just take off on their own. So there's a lot of challenges, and the ones that do it regularly. And that's the neat thing about plein air for the adults is we have people that do this on a regular basis, and they've gotten so good at it. They really know how to make it work. And so they come in with their whole kit, and you see them set up this whole kit, and everything's attached, so don't blow away. And everything's right there at hand. And so they've got all of the supplies they need all set up in these kits. And it's amazing to see some of them work. And so, you sometimes can sit there and just watch something take shape. It'll change right before your eyes. And
very interesting.
Yeah. So it's a great event, not only for the artists, because the artists can win money. We have supports and sponsors that allow us to offer $3,000 in awards, which is, pretty good deal if you're an artist. Right. Some of those are purchase awards, and we have different purchase awards. Sometimes they're sponsored by a particular person who wants a particular thing painted, but in a couple of places, they've actually made them a memorial award. And I know this year, we've always had a Dorothy Uding Memorial Award. Her family wanted to honor them. And the Uding family was such a supporter and still is of our event. We've just been so fortunate with that. But this year, I got a call from Bill Nager, and he wants an award in honor of Patty.
Patty, that's nice.
And I thought that was just so cool. So we don't divulge the location of the painting subject until the day the event starts, just to kind of keep everybody on the same page.
Right, so nobody can go there and
Yeah.
get a head start.
Right, right. So we're still working on that and get everybody lined out to where they're going to go paint. Where they're painting is on September 26th and 27th and 28th. And they'll be in locations around town. And if you get a chance to see them painting, that's a real treat.
It is, yeah.
But you also get a chance to vote on your favorite painting. And we want to invite everybody that's listening out there to come to our reception, which is Saturday night, September 28th at 6 o'clock. And at 6 o'clock, about 6:15, we're going to start announcing some of the awards. And then as the evening goes on, we're going to allow people to vote right up to about 7:30. And then whoever gets the most votes on their painting, they get $200. Now, the other awards are higher. The best of show is $600. If you get a first place, it's $300, second place, $200, third place, $100. And then we have some special awards for guild members. We want guild members to participate. We try to encourage people to get involved in plein air because it is part of our tradition. It's part of what artists have always done in St. Genevieve and all throughout the years. And the artists that were doing it back in the 1930s, as the art colony had kind of taken it up from the Impressionists back in France, and we're learning from people out on the East Coast, and it just kind of was a way to have an art movement and an art school and to teach other people how to paint, was to paint outside.
Yeah, and that was all during the Depression when they first started coming.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So that's kind of what we do. I can't believe we've been doing this for 20 years.
I know, it's a long time.
I haven't been doing it that long, but you have. I think my first plein air was in 2009, and you guys are already been at it for a while. So it's a really great event. Just the artists that come, there's always some really cool stories that happen around whatever's going on. Some of the environments that people paint in, some of the people you get to know. It's just a gathering of artists. And so we try to encourage the artists that are here to kind of get involved so that they can meet some of the artists. But if you see an artist out on the, street painting or whatever, I mean, they're there, because it is a competition.
Right.
But they'll be happy to, stop
to you.
Most of them stop and talk to you.
And also they paint along the countryside too, so you might see them along the road parked at the side of the road, so take caution when you pass them. For sure.
Yeah. And they should be asking for permission to paint on your property if that's what they're doing. But it's kind of an honor to have somebody painting your property too, it's kind of special.
Sure. Yeah.
So, but they are supposed to do anything they do for our competition is supposed to be done in St. John County.
Right.
Because we receive support from the St. Genevieve County Community Foundation. And those folks are so good to support us in this event because it is an important event for the town, for the cultural history of the town. And that's really important. And the other person that has come forward this year is Brock Gibson. And he's along with the St. Genevieve County Community Foundation. Brock Gibson at Danny's Sports Tavern and soon to be Audubon's and the Beacon is also trying to help make things happen culturally in St. Genevieve.
And actually, there's some plein air paintings in Danny's.
That's right. Danny,
there's like 4 of them in there.
Yeah, he did a
5.
purchase award last year, and when they all got done and they brought the paintings over to his place, he bought them all.
Yes.
He was supposed to pick his favorite. I guess he just felt like he was being democratic, but they were all good. So
And they're all hanging up there.
Yeah,
too.
and they're all inside Danny's Sports Tavern. Yeah, so I can see why he had a hard time making up his mind because they were all good paintings. Yeah,
They were.
Yeah. So
And so what are the ages? What age?
Well, minimum age
age.
is 18.
18,
For us,
okay.
because you got to be 18 or older to participate in this plein air, because it's an adult event.
Okay.
And fortunately, the Art Guild also sponsors an event for people under 18.
They do.
And we're very fortunate that none other than Iris Vincent.
And Angie Dalton and Betty Jogris and Connie Klein. They're all helping this year. And Betty wound up, Angie and I sat today while the kids were signing up, and Betty did all the work. So we we told her we were breaking her in, but we were really being lazy. So the youth plein air, it started today from 3 to 5. We had all age participants this year. Usually the ones that come on this date are the little ones. But this year we had every age group, thankfully. Yes,
Yeah.
that was really nice
that's
that
great.
everybody showed up. I think we had 2 in the older group and several in the middle group, and probably 3, I think, in the little kids, the little ones, yeah. And their paintings are so cute, yeah. So everybody did a really good job today, and so we are doing it again Saturday. Now, Saturday, we start at 9 o'clock and we go till noon. So you can come anytime you want during that time. Most time it takes 2 hours to do a painting. Or you can draw, paint, use Sharpies, oil pastels, pencil. I think that's all. We used to do charcoal, but it was too messy for plein air. It was really messy.
Yeah.
So anyway, Saturday from 9 to 12, come on, bring your little ones and you older guys. Come on and paint. You can get prize money and medals. We give really nice medals, similar to what they get when they run in track or the other events at school. They're nice, heavy medals, and they're really pretty and a great memento to save for when you get older. You'll look back and you'll think, oh, how isn't that wonderful? I won that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we've been doing that for several years also. I don't remember the exact year that we started with the youth. I know it was before 2009, but I'm thinking maybe 2007. So that's been going on pretty many years also. So we just figured that would be good. I was helping at school with the art, and we talked about it. And so Angie was working at school also. And so we just decided we'll get these kids involved. So we had a bunch of the high school kids and middle school. They helped us, and we had like one time we had 70 kids, and that was great. Since then, it usually averages around 20, 25, somewhere around in there. So anyway, all you guys come on out and paint. If anybody's listening that has grandchildren or children or friends or neighbors or whatever, we posted it all over Facebook. But encourage the kids to come because it's a great event, and it's nice outside to be in the outdoors. And the rain chances are only 25%. So get out of bed and come on and paint Saturday morning. Yeah. So anyway,
And then
that's
they
what,
get to have a show with their art.
yes. Then on Sunday the 29th, we are going to have our paintings are all going to be hanging up, and we'll give the awards on the 29th at 1 o'clock. So, and that's at the Art Center right across from the Catholic Church in the stone building. So usually we have a nice crowd of parents there, and the kids are all excited when they get their ribbons and their medals. They're really excited when they do that. So,
Yeah.
yep.
Well, I wanted to tell people too, I talked about coming to see and vote and everything, but if you would like to be an artist in the adult plein air and go for some of the money. The registration starts at 8 o'clock
Right.
on the 26th at the Art Center. The St. Genevieve Art Center and Art Museum is in the old museum building, as Iris said. Address is 310 Merchant Street. And just show up. You don't have to pre-register. We have a kind of an open policy where you can come in anytime that we're open between 8 and 4 on Thursday and Friday and get your pieces stamped. So if you're doing an oil painting, we stamp the back of the canvas with a special stamp. And if you're doing watercolor or pastel, we stamp the paper. And so that is how you enter our contest. And so we want to welcome anybody in the listening audience to come and paint. If you're an adult, come paint with us.
Right.
If you're under 18, come paint with Iris. And it's a great event. It follows the culture of the place, and
It does, and
yeah.
I just think it's really neat that the ones that participate, and they come back every year.
yeah,
And the same for the children. They've
Yeah.
been painting since they were 4 years old, and some of them came all through till they graduated from high school.
yeah,
And anyway, we sent out twice to the schools, so all the youth in St. John should know it. We sent to all the schools in the surrounding area, and I stuck a flyer in the homeschool down on that gathers down there on Main Street. So I think all the youth should have it. We had 3 homeschool kids today. So anyway, yeah, it's a fun event, and just come and enjoy yourself.
yeah. And if you need more information on the adult plein air, we have a website. It's called artstgen.org, artstegen.org. And our plein air information is on that website. And again, we hope people will come out to the award ceremony and congratulate the artists who won all this money.
Yeah.
And vote for their favorite painting. It's a fun evening. Everybody gets so excited as to who won, especially the best of show, and it's a great time. So please come.
Yeah, and reception.
Yeah, there's a reception. Yeah.
Is on Saturday this year.
Yeah, so it's Saturday night at 6, and we're going to have food from a lot of the local places.
Oh, that's neat.
We have little
Yeah.
candy from Sweet Things and little cookies from Matt's and
Well, that's nice.
munchies from
Yeah.
yeah. So yeah. we'll
So
have a
don't
little
plan
bit of-
on eating dinner.
No, wait a minute.
Yeah.
So-
But anyway, come to the reception and congratulate the artists because they
Yeah.
work really hard to get their awards, the
Yeah.
ones that win. They
Oh
do.
yeah, they do. Yeah.
If it's hot, they sit out in the hot sun
Yeah.
or the hot
Yeah.
weather. If it's rainy, they even paint then.
Yeah. That's
They
right.
sit under umbrellas. And,
Yeah. Yeah.
even when it's cold.
Yeah, and they make it look so easy. Some of them do this all the time. It just
Yeah.
makes it look so easy.
And actually, the history of the plein air, when we decided to do it, I had gone up to Augusta, Missouri, and they have quite a large program up there now, but they were just starting like a year before we did, or a year, maybe 2 years before we did. So they gave me all the information, which I thought was very nice, to get it set up. So we had our little committee, and we just started working from them and would email them with questions, and they would answer us, and we got it all set up. So we operate pretty much like Augusta does, but I think their money's a little bit higher. And they, of course, they have more participants, so they can afford to do the bigger things. But we like our little competition in our St. Genevieve. Yeah,
We do.
we do. Yeah.
Yeah, just right.
So then next up, I guess we'll have the Christmas show, and there'll be more information out about it. Of course, we have that every year. At our meeting last night, we voted on the piece for the Christmas advertisement, and that's
gonna be
really a
raffled
neat
off.
piece.
Yeah.
And it'll be raffled off
Yeah.
at the Christmas walk.
Yeah.
And there'll be a lot of baskets to bid on, a silent auction. So there'll be a lot of things coming up with the Art Guild. And of course, the town's Christmas parade is always nice. And I think this year they're going to have one at night also.
Also, it's a whole separate thing. It's going to be all about lights. So everything that's in the parade is going to be lit up.
Oh, okay.
And so but that's totally different. It's not anything to
It's
do
not
with the one.
to do with the one early in the day.
One
Yeah.
early in the day is still going on. That's on Saturday. The other one's on Sunday.
Oh, one's on Saturday, one on Sunday.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they always have a big crowd for that. It's a really nice parade. There'll be lots more information coming out as we get closer to Christmas because we haven't even had Thanksgiving yet.
Well, we have
But-
our show up before Thanksgiving, so we'll have our art show. That's our Christmas show. That's got all kinds of extra things in it. I mean, it's the biggest show of the year. We bring in all kinds of stuff at Christmas, and it'll be up from mid-November, about the 15th of November on.
Right.
So if you're
And into January.
and
Yeah.
right through the first of the year. Yeah.
So there's a lot going on in St. Gen. I think the downtown St. Genevieve, and there's another group down there also that have planned an event almost every weekend. There's a Pecan Palooza, Oktoberfest is this weekend, and then there's the
Rural Heritage Day.
and the
Oh, the
Rural
History
Heritage.
Conference, yeah.
And the
History
History Conference is going on this weekend.
This Saturday, yeah.
Yeah. So there'll be a lot of people in town. So when you come downtown, stop in. I think ASL Pewter has something special going on at their place. And like Marianne used to always say, if you can't find something to do in St. John, you're not looking because there's always something going on.
That's
So,
for sure.
Yeah. So since we have only one guest this evening, we'll just cut our show a little short.
Okay.
And thank you for coming.
Okay. You're welcome.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. No worries. Thank you for having me.
Yeah. The next show will be the end of the month, and we will have Kathy Kreitler, and she'll be talking about domestic violence. So if anyone, her talks are always really good. She's got very informative information. She knows a lot. She's been working in that area for years, so her shows are always very interesting also. So anyway, I guess you tune in the end of the month on the fourth Wednesday. I think it's the 26th maybe or something like that. Anyway, it's in the 20s, whatever it is. And then, I can look and
The
see. what it is.
25th, I think, because we're
Yep,
starting.
25th.
Yeah.
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 So
Day before plein air. Yeah.
it is. Oh, that's right, it is. Yep. So we can talk about plein air again the next show also. So don't forget to come to the competition. Bring your kids for the youth plein air, and then the adults, anybody. If you want to just come and paint, even if you don't turn anything in, if you want to just come to be outside, you can come in and get your paper stamped in case you really turn out with something you want to put in.
Yeah.
And you don't have to turn in what you paint. Just
No.
come and paint for the fun of it. So anyway, that's it for tonight. So short and sweet show tonight.
We're so sweet, right?
Yeah. Well, thank you, Carolyn, very
Okay.
much
Well,
for
thanks
driving all the way in for
yeah,
a few minutes. Yeah. All right. Good night, everyone. We'll talk to you again on the 25th.